Hi everybody, here are the solutions to the 1-3 through 1-6 homework assignment. Again, my apologies for not being able to see you today, but again, these sections should be pretty straightforward. They should feel like a lot of review for you at this point, and that you're not really working on something new. So, a lot of combining like terms, a lot of distribution. Let's see. So, number 2, I simply have to combine my two like terms of 6 and -6, end up with my final answer of x. Now, for number 4, I'm going to go through and kind of meticulously do my order of operations. My guess is that you might be able to combine some of these steps. I'm okay with that. But first things first, I simplify inside my parentheses. 1 times 3 gets me 3. -3 plus 3 gets me 0. I multiply my 1/3 times 1, get 1 plus 0, and I have my final answer of 1. Number 6, I've got to do some distribution. So 1/4 times z, 1/4 times 4. I end up with 1/4 z plus 1. Number 8, I'm not distributing because I do not have any addition or subtraction. I'm simply multiplying terms together. So my 2/3 times 3/2 gets me my 6/6. If you went right ahead and eliminated those values, that's fine. My a times b is ab. So these two steps, I think there's a fair chance a lot of people will skip and go straight to their answer of ab. Now, number 10, I do my 3 times 1/3, gives me my 1/2. Addition of a negative, is just subtraction. I distribute my 1, which doesn't change anything. I can't simplify anymore inside my bracket, so I can eliminate my bracket, and then p minus 1 plus 1 results in just p. Again, my guess is that you might skip some steps in there, but that's up to you. So for 27, I've got to distribute first. After I've distributed, I've got to combine my like terms, resulting in an answer of 10c plus 6. Similarly, in number 28, I do my distribution. I end up with 5d plus 10 minus 3d. I've got my two like terms. I've got my final answer of 2d plus 10. 29, I distribute my 7 to x, my 7 to 2, getting me 7x and 14. My 4 to x, my 4 to -4, getting me 4x and -16. You'll notice that I'm using the slashes underneath these terms to denote which are like terms. You don't have to do that. It's just a nice way to keep track. And so my 7x plus 4x is 11x. 14 minus 16 is -2. Continuing this pattern, I distribute my 4 to my 3 minus y, gets me 12 minus 4y. Distribute my 2 to my 1 minus y, gets me 2 minus 2y. And then again, I combine my like terms. 12 plus 2 gets me 14. -4y minus 2y gets me -6. Some people do prefer to have their variable in the front, so if you had written it the other way around, that would be totally acceptable as well. 31, I don't have any distribution. I just need to combine like terms. Again, whether you take the time to denote which terms are like terms or not, it's up to you. But my 7p minus 10p gets me -3p. My -4q plus 3q gets me -q. And I've got -3p minus q. And again, if you wanted to rewrite with the q in front, that would be totally acceptable as well. So 32, I've got just 1 or 2 little pieces of work. I've got to take care of my addition of the subtraction, my subtraction of the negative, and then I look for my like terms. So my 6m, my 7m, my 4n, and my 5n. 6m minus 7m gets me -m. -4n plus 5n gets me +n. And again, if you rewrote it, that would be all right. So 33, have to do just a little bit of distribution to begin the problem. So my 2 times r, my 2 times my 2 times -3s gets me -6s, and then my 2 times 2 gets me 4. And again, whether or not you take the time to denote your like terms, that's up to you. But my -2r plus 2r results in 0. My s minus 6s gets me -5s. My 5 plus 4 gets me 9. I've got my final answer. And very similarly in number 34, I just need to start with some distribution. So 2 times -2, 2 times 3y, 2 times -2. And then I look for my like terms. 6x minus 4x is 2x. Negative 5y plus 6y is y, and 4 minus 4 gets me 0. All right, 1.5, we start dealing a little bit more with some more variables. We see some evaluating again. I distribute my t to get me 2tw minus 9t. I distribute my negative 2. Notice I distribute the negative 2, not just the 2, resulting in a negative 4t and a negative 14. And now I start combining any like terms. 2tw has no like term. Negative 9t minus 4t gets me negative 13t. Negative 14 has no like term. I've got my value. Now in 33, we start doing more substitutions. We're evaluating values. So in part A, they want 2. Now, because the 2 is positive, the parentheses on this first term aren't absolutely necessary. If it had been negative, they're vital. In the second term, the parentheses help us determine what we're squaring. I'm only squaring the 2. And so I start my work. 2 cubed gets me 8. 2 squared gets me 4. Negative 3 times 4 gets me negative 12. 8 minus 12 gets me negative 4. And then negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Again, I'm guessing you might combine some steps in these problems, but because this is a video, I'm showing everything very explicitly. So again, the negative matters now. So my negative 1 cubed gets me negative 1. My negative 1 squared gets me positive 1. Negative 3 times positive 1, negative 3. Negative 1 minus 3, negative 4. And then negative 4 plus 4, 0 once again. Now we're using 3. So 3 cubed is 27. 3 squared is 9. Negative 3 times 9 is negative 27. 27 minus 27 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. All right, and finally. So in 1.6, number 25, I substitute in my 1. Again, the parentheses in these cases aren't really all that necessary. I'm just trying to emphasize what I'm doing, so I'm going to show those in each one. So I substitute in my 1, and then it's just a matter of doing my arithmetic. Following the order of operations, I do 1 minus 3 first, 1 minus 2, oh, I made a mistake. Let's correct this. One minus 2 would get me negative 1. 1 times negative 2 gets me negative 2 over negative 1, resulting in a final answer of 2. In B, I substitute in 4. 4 minus 1 would get me 1. 4 minus 2 would get me 2. 4 times 1 would get me 4. And then 4 divided by 2 is just 2. C. 3 minus 3 gets me 0. 3 times 3 gets me 0. 3 minus 2 would get me 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0. And the problem is complete. All right, hopefully that was helpful. If not, we can always check back in and go over any problems that you were struggling with. It looks like for some reason I did not do number 26. That is odd. Okay, let's take care of that. Let me grab my book real quick. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. Okay, number 26. Sorry, this is going to take a moment. So number 26 is x squared minus 4 times x minus 3 all over x plus 1. And for A, x equals 1. So I start with my substitutions. One squared gets me 1. 1 minus 3 gets me negative 2. 1 plus 1 gets me 2. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. For part B, x equals 2. So I've got 2 squared minus 4. 2 minus 3, and 2 plus 1. 2 squared is 4. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Sorry if you can hear my son squealing in the background. 0 times negative 1 over 3. 0 divided by 3. And finally, 0 divided by 3 is 0. And so finally part C, x is equal to -2. Now is when having these parentheses on what we're substituting in is vital. So I substitute in my -2. All right, so -2 squared is 4. -2 minus 3 is -5. -2 plus 1 is -1. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 times -5 is 0. And 0 divided by -1 is 0. All right, so that completes the homework. Hopefully that was helpful. If you still have questions about something, feel free to ask when we're back together next week. Have a good day.